What's up, J Fusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to a superhero time review. Now, today's Kamen Rider Zero One and Kishiryu Sentai Ryu Soldier both have debuts, and we're going to start off with Kamen Rider Zero One. Now, of course, for today's Kamen Rider Zero One, we do see the debut of the Shining Hopper form, although it's just like transformation and not actually the combat sequence. So that's actually going to happen in the next episode. But the turn of events for this episode. Now this is interesting because we do see the introduction of somewhat a new character, or maybe just a guest for today's episode. Who his name is Waz. So he is a detective type Humagear, although he is one of the older models of Humagear, similar to Soreo Hiden, who has like an old version of the Humagear module. And he claims to be the older brother, so to say, of Is. So, yeah, based on the B verbs is and was. So, in a way, it makes sense because, according to Was, he used to work for Korenosuke, Aruto's grandfather. Now, another important focus, or rather something that I want you guys to focus on this episode, is Dodo Boy. Yes, I'm gonna call him Dodo Boy because it's easy to remember, the Dodo Magia, or Ansatsu-chan, An-chan, but yeah, I'll just call him Dodo Boy from here on out, just to make things easy for me. So, he has very quick character development, and he turns out to be quite interesting. And I do believe that as far as villains are concerned, like he deserves a video on his own, which I do plan on making next. So anyway, yeah, his change of character for this episode makes him very interesting, and we do see him transform into a much more powerful version of the Dodo Magia. Now, as far as the Magia are concerned, he is the first Magia to attain multiple levels, or he also gains power ups, and he is so far the very first Magia to do so. And who knows how much more powerful a Magia can get. We don't know, but he definitely stands out above all other Magia that we've seen so far. And so moving on to Kishiryu Sentai Ryu Soldier. Now, picking up from last week, we do see Towa and Bamba undertake the trials, the mountain of trials, which the Ryuso village elder had told them about in the previous episode as well. So, after hearing those stories, Bamba and Towa went on to take on their challenges, while the rest of the Ryu soldiers hold off the enemies just in case. So, in this episode, Bamba and Towa return, and the other new soldiers undertake their trials as well. Now, maybe some kind of spoiler, perhaps. Don't expect much from the trials, really. Of course, it's going to be Ko who gets focused on, but everything finishes up, very quick, because they do eventually come back, and how they solve their own trials. That's something for you guys to see. Now, what's interesting about these trials is it kind of reminds me of Geki Ranger, particularly when the Geki Rangers, particularly red, blue, yellow, they they have undergone special training, which kind of shows them their weakness, and that's what they have to overcome. So in order to like balance the mind, or the heart rather, the heart, the body, and the skills, each Geki Ranger had to go training, or had to undergo some specific form of training to actually focus on their weak points and balance out their overall capabilities. So that is actually very much the same in these past two episodes of Ryusoulger, which highlights the training or the trials that each Ryusoulger had to undergo in order to become stronger, in a way that they have a higher synchronization rate, probably, with their Kishiryu, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I remember. As yeah, that's the whole point. And we do see that kind of come into effect with the debut of King Kishiryu. So basically, it's just a combination of Tiramigo, uh, Mozarex, and Pterodon. So yeah, that's basically the point. Now, for Kamen Rider Zero One, I have to say today's episode gets a 4 out of 5, and actually the same goes for today's episode of Ryusoulger. We do. I also would like to give it a 4 out of 5. Both episodes today were good, and one other thing that I guess they share, or what they have in common, is some sort of character growth. Now, as I mentioned earlier for Kamen Rider Zero One, the character today who has undergone the most change is Dodo Boy. He is so far my favorite villain in the show, much more than Jin or Horobi. Dodo Boy is my boy. So, yeah, and well, for the Ryusoulgers in general, all of them have undergone some sort of character change by undergoing these trials. So, I guess yeah, that's another common theme for today's superhero time review. So I guess that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe share this video with your friends, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JE Fusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!